What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into another video. Today, we're going to be diving into Monti Ossenfort, the general manager of the Arizona Cardinals, and evaluate what he's done so far for the Cardinals heading into year three. Monti Ossenfort as well as Jonathan Gannon. But today, we're going to focus on free agents and the two draft class that we ended up receiving from Monti Ossenfort. Now, the reason why it took me this long is because when Monti Ossenfort was brought in as the general manager, we hired him in January of 2023. We hired our coach in February of 2023, and then they had to get really quickly ready for, obviously, the draft as well as free agency, which started in March of 2023. So it was really quickly. Don't really blame them too much or want to do a judgment or evaluation, right, in terms of what happened in 2023, because it was very rushed. But 2024, it kind of gave us a look in terms of what he could potentially be. But this next year, in 2023, this is where the full-on evaluation starts for me, specifically. Now, we are going to talk about 2023 and 2024 in terms of what Monti has done. So, without further ado, let me give a huge shout-out to BetUS, which is the sponsors of the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. If you're looking for a brand new sportsbook, BetUS is the way to go. Currently, right now, if you use promo code YouTube150, they will provide you with a 150% sign-up bonus on your first deposit and a 125% sign-up bonus on the following two. That's going to be using promo code YouTube150 upon signing up. Of course, bet responsibly and bet within your means. But ladies and gentlemen, let's get started here. Let's talk about what Monti Ossenfort has done so far in 2 years, now heading into year three of the general manager of the Arizona Cardinals. Now, let's take a look at this graphic here real quick. You got a quick breakdown of the 2024 draft class. You got the 2023 draft class, and then you got the free agent pickups as well. Now, please keep in mind that the free agent pickups, the list that we have here, they don't have every single name, right? But I left out players like Chris Moore, Zach Pascal, and actually, I even left out Evan Brown, which I probably shouldn't have, but these are the big names out there that the Cardinals either have for 2 years or more that I wanted to kind of say, okay, this is kind of what he's provided to us, right? But a lot of times that we've seen these free agent pickups, a lot of these guys aren't, big target names, right? I'm not sure if that was the philosophy, and we're going full in on year three. I don't know. We'll have to kind of wait and see how Monti Ossenfort in this front office decides to tackle, this offseason here in 2025. We got money to spend. I just hope that we can bring in the talent that we definitely need to compete in the NFL. So let's first start breaking down 2024. Then we'll go to 2023 draft class, and then we'll go to free agency, and then we do got overall grades and how I feel like Monti Ossenfort has done so far in his 2 years of tenure being a general manager of the Cardinals. So let's go and just do a real quick recap. In 2024, the Cardinals stayed at the 4th overall pick, getting Marvin Harrison Jr. Now, there was a lot of rumors out there saying that the Cardinals could potentially trade back, accumulate another draft pick. They stayed still, and honestly, I like the pick up here in Marvin Harrison Jr. That was a really good pick. Then Darius Robinson was the second first round pick that we ended up getting from the Texans, which happened in 2023. So we'll talk about that a little later on. Max Melton was another guy that the Cardinals traded back for. Got Max Melton, so we got a cornerback. Then we had 4 third-round picks: Trey Benson, Isaiah Adams, Tip Ryman, Elijah Jones. I'm not going to lie to you, when I was actually watching the draft, I was a little confused with Isaiah Adams and Tip Ryman. I didn't quite get the pickups. I like the production of what Tip Ryman has provided to us, and I like the fact that Isaiah Adams could potentially be a guard for us for the future. Looked a little shaky here and there, but now I'm kind of, okay, not bad, right? Not bad. But I'm not going to lie to you, I was really confused with those pickups. And then Elijah Jones, of course, we need cornerback help, so they doubled down on a cornerback in the 3rd round. And then in the 4th round, Dadrian Taylor-Demerson. Then they ended up getting Xavier Thomas, Christian Jones, Tyjon Palmer, and Jaden Davis. Tyjon Palmer and Jaden Davis did not make the 53-man roster, so those last 2 picks don't really do anything for the Cardinals, unfortunately, but this was the 2024 draft class. The 2023 draft class consists of Paris Johnson Jr. That was the trade back up, and I'm not sure if you guys were with me during those times, but I was a big fan of the Cardinals staying pat and either getting Jalen Carter or Will Anderson Jr. Now, Jalen Carter, with all the stuff that kind of happened off the field, I soon later became to terms that this is not a Monti Ossenfort move, right? So I kind of said to myself, okay, well, Will Anderson Jr. When the draft came around, I was like, oh snap, we traded back, right? And then we traded back up to get Paris Johnson Jr. I don't think it's a bad pickup. I think it's a good pickup that we got a bookend, but it's 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 one of those things that you see Will Anderson Jr. and you know he's going to be a superstar. Um, and you just kind of get a tear in your eye. But I still do like the Paris Johnson Jr. pickup though. I still do like it. And then BJ Ojulari, our second round pick. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I like BJ Ojulari. I wanted Monti Ossenfort to get him as well. So um, just since he's been with us, he's been hurt. So hopefully in 2025 he's able to stay healthy because believe it or not, he's probably our edge one right now on this roster. We still don't know what he's going to look like in the NFL. That's the crazy thing. And then a third round pick, we got Garrett Williams and then Michael Wilson. Really good pickups in the third round. Then you got a fourth round pick here and John Gaines the second. Then you got Clayton Tune. And then you got Owen Papu. And then you got Keitrell Clark, which showed flashes here and there, but didn't really, you know, he didn't maintain the starter position because obviously being benched for a different cornerback, right? And then ending up the 2023 class with Dante Stills. So love Dante Stills. I think it was a really good pickup. I like Keitrell Clark at the time, but I think we definitely have more talented players that can very well use a lot more reps. Oh, Papu was a little confusing to me, but not mad at it. We still don't really see a lot of production from him. And like I said before, I do like the Garrett Williams and the Michael Wilson pickups in the third round in 2023. Now, the free agent list, I mentioned this before, I believe. There was more free agents that the Cardinals ended up getting in 2023 and 2024, but there were guys like, Chris Moore or even Zach Pascal that I don't know. I didn't feel like it's important to put them on the list. These are guys that I feel like they were needle movers, right? Needle movers, either breaking news or big names that require breaking news. Now, there's yellow names and white names. The yellow names to me are the names that were pretty impactful for the Arizona Cardinals, whether it's in 2023 or in 2024, or heck, even both. And then the names in white, unfortunately, they got hurt. We haven't really seen a big sample size to kind of either say this is a good pickup or not, right? So in 2023, the two big pickups were going to be Froholt as well as Kazir White. Now we're flirting with the idea of maybe Kazir White not even coming back. So that's very unfortunate, but there's that. And then in 2024, you got a lot more names there, but Jonah Williams probably being the big targeted breaking news name. He was said to be an Iron Man. Unfortunately, he got hurt after the Bills game and he came back, but I don't know. It just didn't really look too great, right? Another 2024 pickup that I really like, Mac Wilson Sr. I still feel like that was probably one of his best pickups. Mac Wilson and Kazir White, my favorite pickups in 2023 and then 2024. And then you got your guys in Justin Jones and Bilal Nichols. I respect the thought that why he went after two defensive linemen. He wanted us to upgrade that specific position, and we did, right? We did upgrade them with bringing them in. The problem was they were all supposed to be also supposed to be Iron Man, but unfortunately they both got hurt as well and landed themselves on the IR. So when they get healthier, we're going to have bigger guys in the middle to hopefully stop the run, and we'll have to kind of wait and see how they shake out. Sean Murphy Bunting, I know a lot of people don't really like him, or they don't like what he's done on the defense, but he's was a big impactful player on the defensive side of the ball. Whether you like him or you don't, he was. And then DJ Dallas was a pretty big impactful player here on the on special teams. So this is the way the free agent kind of list has shaken out. Overall, Monti Ossenfort, I don't think he's bad, right? I don't think he's bad, but I also don't think he's great, right? I don't think he's great. Adam Peters, which is the general manager that was hired in 2024, I don't know. I just feel like he brought the perfect amount of pickups to make that organization and the Commanders. And now, obviously, it helps out that they got generational talent in Jaden Daniels over there, and they're going to the conference championship. Now, how do I feel about Monti Ossenfort? I got some overall grades right here. I don't think he's a bad general manager. I don't think he's a great general manager. I think he's, good. I think he's definitely good. So let's go and take a look at the grades overall in 2024, 2023, and then free agency, and you let me know what you guys think as well. Now, let's talk about 2024 real quick. There was a lot of picks, man. A lot of picks. So overall, I gave it a B. I was kind of flirting around B minus to B, but I ended up kind of giving him a B. I think overall the 2024 class was pretty darn good. Now you also got to keep in mind this is 1 year, right? You don't know if, for example, Dadrian Taylor Jefferson is going to be the next best safety out in the world, right? You never know, right? These are rookie guys that overall all we can do is judge based off what they've done in year one. We don't know how their years is going to turn out, but with the names that we brought, with the production that they provided, I felt confident giving Monty in this draft class a B. So there's that. Let's move on over to the 2023 draft class, shall we? I gave them a C. Now, I went back on the video that I posted after the 2023 season, and I also did a let's grade the rookies back then. And I gave Paris Johnson Jr. an A. B.J. Ojulari, obviously, I couldn't give him a grade. He got hurt. Garrett Williams, I gave him a C. Dumb, right? Mike Williams. I'm sorry, Michael Wilson. I apologize. Michael Wilson, I gave him a C plus. John Gaines, I gave him a D. Tune a D plus. Owen Papu a D minus. Clark a D, and then Dante Stills, I gave him an A minus for obviously where we picked him up and him being a pretty big impactful player for the Cardinals. So overall, I gave this 2023 draft class a C. Now, we've seen a bigger sample size already. Now, like I said, silly me, right? I gave Garrett Williams a C, right? And now going back, watching him in year two, definitely an A, right? Definitely a B plus to A. That was a great pickup here. And then Mike Wilson, I can give him a B minus. I think we could definitely go in the B range. So things differ from year to year. But overall, the 2023 draft class, because you got names like obviously John Gaines, you got Clayton Tune, you got Owen Papu, Keitrell Clark. Those are names that they're not really doing anything for the Cardinals, right? There are pickups, but at the end of the day, they're okay, right? They're okay. So there's that. Now let's take a look at free agency. Overall, how do you feel like Monty has done in free agency? I give him a C minus, honestly. Um, I think what he's done has been mid tier. It hasn't been anything spectacular. It hasn't been anything moving the needle. We've heard the report before that the Arizona Cardinals were going to go after mid-tier players in year two of Monty, and guess what? That's exactly what they did. Right now, did Mac Wilson Sr. blow our socks off? Yeah, he's did pretty darn good for us, right? I like him a lot as a player, but overall, that's exactly what Monti Ossenfort did. He went after mid-tier players. He didn't go after those big caliber names out there and spend a lot of money. And keep in mind, we did have money that's rolling over to use in 2024. We just decided not to use it, right? Just decided not to use it at the end of the day. So free agency, I give him a C minus, and that's for 2023 and 2024. Now, that can really, really drastically go up if we can get 2 to 3 solid starters here heading into the 2025 season. That can move over to a B minus, right? But we need to see Monti Ossenfort start moving the needle and start bringing in serious talent to compete here in the NFL. So for the 2 years, give him a C minus. The draft class in 2023, I gave it a C, and then 2024, I gave it a B. Now, here's the trades. I don't think you want to know what my grade is for trades. Honestly, I don't think we've had any value coming back at all from any of the trades that we've done under Monti Ossenfort. I would probably say, and I don't have it on the graphic here, probably would say it's a D or even a D minus. Like things need to be fixed here from the way Monti Ossenfort has, his conservative approach, which I don't blame it, right? Especially heading from year one to year two. You didn't have Kyler for the first half of the year, right? But you kind of needed to put him in a better position, and we kind of didn't. You know what I mean? So now heading into year three, where we have more money, now let's see what the Arizona Cardinals decide to do in this year's free agency class when we have upwards of about, $70 to $80 million to spend. Obviously, depending if we're going to bring more guys back. We'll have to kind of wait and see how that all shakes out. But let me know what your guys' overall thoughts here on Monti Ossenfort in this young tenure so far, being the general manager of the Arizona Cardinals. Let me know in the comments below. Another shout out here to BetUS, which is powering the AZ Sports fan throughout the entirety of the 2024 season. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. As always, it's always been a pleasure speaking to you guys. Let me know in the comments below if you agree with me. If you don't agree with me, no worries. All right, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate y'all for tuning in as always. Have a great rest of your day, and go Cardinals.